What scares Stephen King? The legendary horror author has made a career and a fortune frightening us all with his tales of terror. But what gets under his skin? Turns out, there's one movie King says scared him so much that the first time he watched it, he asked his son to turn it off before it was even over.
No, it is my fault. Because it was my project.
That film, The Blair Witch Project, the blockbuster indie horror movie that became a cultural phenomenon when it arrived in 1999. The Blair Witch Project is a found footage horror flick that rode a wave of buzz to blockbuster success. Shot for less than $1 million, the movie hauled in $248 million. Why? Partly because some people thought it was real. It might seem silly now, but before Blair Witch opened in theaters everywhere, a legend began to spring up around the film. The faked documentary footage was so convincing that many people thought they were seeing something genuine. The movie opens with ominous text telling us that 3 filmmakers went into the woods in 1994 to shoot a documentary. They were never seen again. Only their footage was found. This simple but effective setup had some viewers thinking the actors weren't actors and were really missing. To play up this scenario, missing posters featuring the 3 leads were distributed at the Sundance Film Festival, where Blair Witch premiered. In the 2010 edition of Danse Macabre, a nonfiction book about the history of the horror genre, Stephen King wrote, "One thing about Blair Witch, the damn thing looks real. Another thing about Blair Witch, the damn thing feels real. And because it does, it's like the worst nightmare you ever had." King also revealed that his first watch of the film was more like a half watch. In Danse Macabre, King mentions that he first saw the Blair Witch Project after he was nearly killed after being struck by a minivan. "I was, in a manner of speaking, the perfect viewer, roaring with pain from top to bottom, high on painkillers, and looking at a poorly copied bootleg videotape on a portable TV." King goes on to claim that when the lead characters start discovering strange Lovecraftian symbols hanging from the trees, he asks his son to turn the damn thing off. King adds, "It may be the only time in my life when I quit a horror movie in the middle because I was too scared to go on." The famed horror scribe wrote that his fears stemmed from both the painkillers he was on and the quality of the footage, but added, "Basically, I was just freaked out of my mind. Those didn't look like Hollywood location woods. They looked like an actual forest in which actual people could actually get lost." The realism of the footage was the key. Blair Witch doesn't feel like a Hollywood movie because it wasn't a Hollywood movie. It was a truly independent production that blew up into a phenomenon. King sums it up perfectly. The idea is complete genius, and a big budget would have wrecked it.